Hello, hi, there are my eyes. Okay, we're coming at this professionally. I promise this is the first time I've recorded this. And I am on track this time, I promise. I didn't say this when I was streaming, and I'm like, I better add this at the beginning just so, you know, prosperity's sake. I don't know if that's the right use of that word, but I feel good saying that. I've already, Jaden, focus. Oh my God, this is so frustrating. Okay, sorry, hi. Before we start this fanfic reading, I just wanted to add in, anybody who submitted a story is a little thing saying, you're aware that we might poke a little fun, so don't submit if you're not okay with that. Everybody gave 2 big thumbs up, so everybody's cool with it. I'm not just a jerk to be a jerk. Let's get us started. Okay, Mapleclan's story by Moonray. Mapleclan, it is time we settle scores with Autumn Clan, declared Mallowstar. Tomorrow at dawn, we will attack Autumn Clan. Mama, squeaked a kit. That was a very deep, bassy kit. That's just who they are. Don't judge them. They're a little self-conscious about that. Why would you guys even bring that up? A pale orange she-cat padded out of the nursery. She scooped the kid up and went back to the den. The leader continued. These cats will join the patrol. Remember these names, because there will be a quiz at the end of this reading. We have with us joining the patrol, Lily Splash, Quail Feather, Moonheart, Parsley, you never, Jaden, focus, Parsley Cloud, Missile Bush, Blue Minnow, and Snow Whistle. The double W's do it for me. Lily Splash, Quail Feather, Moonheart, Parsley Cloud, Missile Bush, Blue Minnow, and Snow Whistle. Locked in. Oh, Mallowstar, murmured a white she-cat. Who will look after Leaf Kit and Wren Kit when I'm gone? They can always try prey, a squirrel perhaps. So Snow Whistle was like, what is going to happen to my actual children when we're off at war? And the leader says, they can have a sandwich, I guess. I think it's supposed to be like, while they're gone, they can have this new life experience of trying a squirrel, perhaps, and that will keep them distracted while their parents are running into the jaws of destruction and chaos. They will be having a beautiful snack. That being said, I do choose to read it as though a squirrel is taking on babysitting duties, and somehow I like that better. Jamie says Leaf Kit and Wren are battle babies. You know Blastoise? They have them on the back like the little like turrets, and then the little kittens can like, I don't know, I guess spit at the other guys. I don't know what they could do up there. Maybe just start screaming, confuse the enemies. There'll be like sonic blasts at, what's the other clan? Autumn Clan. That's such a cool name, by the way. Also, do they know what autumn is? Doesn't matter. But the kids are like screaming, and they're like, what is that horrendous noise? I was gonna say cacophony of noise, but I don't know if that's the right word. Now I'm embarrassed if it's wrong. Anyways, babies. That's a good strategy. That's a good strategy. Snow Whistle nodded and fell back into the crowd of cats. Quail Feather pressed close to the snowy white cat. This is kind of messed up of Mallowstar, not gonna lie. They're sending both of these children's parents into a war for settling a score in which we are not even privy to. They just said that we have beef, time to beat each other up with our cat fists. And they said, yeah, send their parents in. I don't care. They can just figure it out. Mallowstar, you're kind of a menace. Willow Leaf says, I want a squirrel to raise my kits for me. I trust them with my life. All of a sudden, the kits just start, I could really go for a peanut right now. And Snow Whistle's like, I knew this was gonna be how it ends. Oh, and what if she had a peanut Can cats have like peanut allergies? I know that it doesn't matter. She forced herself to purr. There's something about Mallowstar. I feel as if my kits aren't safe here. A dark gray Tom caught Snow Whistle's eye. Gray Howl, she gave a purr. Gray Howl was once her apprentice. He always got into mischief. Oh, we're getting some lore. Oh, I like Gray Howl's my new favorite. You're so lucky. Oh, he's growling. You're so lucky, Snow Whistle, he growled. You get to take part in a battle patrol while I'm stuck here letting apprentices run all over me. Mallowstar, real quick, rewind. Couldn't Gray Howl have like babysat instead of a squirrel? But I guess you're the leader and I'm not, so that's not me to question your judgment. Gray Howl shook his head with amusement. Moonheart, a silver and black tabby, was stalking Gray Howl. What? I'm not entirely sure what that interaction was, but it felt important, so keep that in mind. Moonheart pounced on the gray warrior. He gave a yowl, then, claws sheathed, whipped his paw above his ear. Snow Whistle stifled a laugh. They're acting like playful apprentices. Look at this. They're having such a lovely family moment. At the entrance of a terrible event, do they have a wholesome bonding moment? If these cats are in trouble, if they perish because of this, I'm gonna be so upset with Moonray, because how dare they make me fall in love and then take that away from me? Moonheart, Gray Howl. Mallowstar was watching them with a look of displeasure across his face. You two are acting like kits. Show me you are capable of being warriors, he growled. Unless you want to go back to picking ticks and being dumb apprentices? Huh? Bro, why are you calling the apprentices dumb? Disrespectful. Sorry, Moonheart murmured, giving his chest for a few embarrassed licks. Grey Howl twitched his ears anxiously, but said nothing more. I think Mallowstar might be an Autumn Clan secret agent. Another thought flashed through the she-cat's mind. Is the battle really necessary? The Mapleclan deputy Vixen Hart was whispering something to Mallowstar. He nodded back. A glint of rage shone through his eyes. Isn't that wild? The idea of a glint of rage, because rage is such an intense, it doesn't matter, Jaden, but I'm still gonna say it. Rage is such an intense emotion. It goes mad, angry, furious, rage. So the fact that it's just a glint, I like that. Just briefly, but then gone. The next day, the battle patrol was gathering. I'm going to claw those cats' ears off, Moonheart growled. Oh, Moonheart, Lily Splash sighed. You'll never change. One of the apprentices, Splashpaw, was brimming with anticipation. We got apprentices here now? Okay, apparently we've decided to bring the children as well. Oh no, they aren't coming. I lied. I should have used my reading eyes. I want to come. Please let me, she mewed. Her mentor, Blue Minnow, bent down and licked her on the head. Maybe next time, he whispered. Mallowstar padded up to them. Sorry, I read ahead and that's a problem. Sorry. Listen to this. Mallowstar padded up to them. Let her come, he said. In fact, Owlpaw, Fernpaw, and Daisypaw can come as well. They might get killed, but well, let their mothers mourn them. They're no use to the clan. This guy is comically mwahaha evil man, and everybody's like, he might be evil, and he's just like actively fully as evil as possible, and everybody's like, I don't know, I'm kind of getting weird, slight weird vibes from him as he's like kidnapping somebody and tying them to a railroad track, twirling his little mustache, and I'm like, he might not be a great guy, but I can't really put my paw finger on it. My Pinger. Oh no, you know what? Snow Whistle is, I call her Whistle, we're close like that. Snow Whistle is getting wise to this. Snow Whistle stared wide-eyed at her leader. What? You first pull out the clan's finest warriors, leaving the camp unguarded, and now you're taking inexperienced apprentices into battle? A highly unnecessary battle? Snow Whistle! Mallowstar demanded. This battle is necessary. Autumn Clan has crossed our borders one too many times. Mallowstar isn't messing around. He said they have stepped foot on my lawn and now they must die. Take the children, take the elders, take the babies, and everybody start punching. Fast. Snow Whistle growled. When was the last time you've seen them on our border? That was moons ago. They've gotten the message. What other warning could you give them? I've seen you, though, crossing the borders freely. And then everybody behind her go, ooh. Ooh, and a hushed silence fills the clearing. A bird overhead goes, and everybody, what's that thing called? What is that thing called? A grass ball. What is that thing called? A hay grass. What is that thing called? A tumbleweed. It goes flying by, and in the tumbleweed are Leafkit and Wrenkit, because they're not supervised. They're stuck somehow in the tumbleweed, and they're screaming, but everybody's just so focused on the tension that's rising within the clan. My eyelash is in my eyeball, and it is causing me pain. I was really into this because I'm like, oh my god, a battle right off the gate. We're having a lot of intensity. Little did I know that the battle was going to be political, not just fists. It's going to be with painful words. Snow Whistle, listen, the leader hissed. No, Mallowstar, you listen, the white she-cat spat. Do you want to get us killed? Do you want to waste perfectly good warriors and put them at risk? They might get terribly wounded, or worse, die. Mallowstar lashed out. I don't care what you think. I'm the leader. I make the decisions, and I won't let my warriors talk to me like that. Either you're with us or you leave. You will live as a rogue and your damn, Mallowstar, holy moly. You will live as a rogue and your kids will kill you when they grow up. Leave? Snow Whistle echoed. Leave, Mallowstar repeated. Ooh, anybody else getting goosebumps? That's good. If this was a show, this is where the commercial would break. The commercial go dark. And we come back. Leave, Snow Whistle echoed. Leave, Mallowstar repeated. Okay, Mallowstar, she snarled. I'll turn rogue if that makes you happy. I won't stay in a clan whose leader doesn't care about our opinions. And she snaps on the way out. I don't know what movie that is, but he's like, I can't make the reference because I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter. But they're all joining in. I am with you. I am also with you. And they all slowly, one by one, start to leave until Mallowstar looks around and he says, oh no, to my downfall, my pride and my arrogance left me all alone. And he's like shaking his little fist to the sky, being like, Miss Snow Whistle, look at this. I promise I'm not reading ahead. Whalefeather sided with her. I'll leave too. Leafkit, Wrenkit, two tiny kids stumbled out of the nursery. We're leaving, Snow Whistle explained. Where? Chittered a tabby she-kit. Elsewhere, Quail Feather meowed. I'm like having an emotional moment that I feel like we're going on an RV road trip family thing, but under duress. And that's just nice. Not nice. It's the opposite of nice. It's bad. Elsewhere, Quail Feather meowed. A brown and orange tortoiseshell a brown and orange tortoiseshell she-cat walked up to them. You know what? I'll go too. Wherever we go, I know we won't be alone. Aw, and the studio audience. Aw. And then Mallowstar explodes from fury. Rage no longer glints in his eyes. It glints out of his rocket launchers that he had in his pocket. Oh, it's Lily Splash. Lily Splash, how could you? Mallowstar spat angrily. Is the clan falling apart? Have you no loyalty? Snow Whistle bristled. Ooh, bars. Snow Whistle bristled. I'm loyal, but the question is, are you? And again, for the second time, because comedy comes in 3, the cats behind go, ooh, we're gonna get 1/3 one, just you wait, it's gonna be so good. The gray and white cat looked at her puzzle. She looked at Mallowstar looks at her puzzle. When did you start that? We're having a very intense conversation. Why are you doing a jigsaw right now? And she's like not even looking at the puzzle while she's doing it and doing it really well. Like, she's like, don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about this. Is all about us. She's fixing the puzzle. She's incredible, honestly. Snow Whistle's built so different, like her puzzle. The gray and white cat looked at her puzzled. Of course I'm loyal. This battle is to prove our worth. Oh, he just told him his self-report. To prove our worth, to destroy the other clans, to rule them all and kill every last one of them. He quickly snapped his mouth shut, clearly saying something he wasn't supposed to. That's the wind blowing and everybody's like, oh, just stunned. Quail Feather eyed him warily. So that's what you care about, is it? Proving your worth? Destroying the other clans? Mallowstar stuttered. Vixenheart, he yowled. What did you tell these... What did you tell these cats about our plan? This man stands in front of everybody, outs himself, tells them all the dirty secrets, turns directly to Vixenheart, points his finger and said, what did you do? This man is incredible. That's actually such a funny scenario. Damn it, Vixenheart. Everybody's like, Vixenheart immediately turns on him. The cream and brown she-cat turned to face him. What plan? Oh, cheeky cat, thought Snow Whistle. Mallowstar twitched his tail irritably. Clover Thistle. Have we met Clover Thistle? Help! Have we met Clover Thistle before? That seems like a new face. Is it on the test? I've already forgotten. Clover Thistle. A gray tom growled at Mallowstar. Grr. Leafkit and Wrenkit gave a hiss, claws unsheathed. I think this is the kit saying it, and I'd like to imagine, if you could with me, that they're saying this in perfect unison as though they practiced it. We don't want you as leader. You are cruel, and you don't even care if we die, you piece of fox dung. That wasn't even the kids. That was just the hissed equivalent. I thought that was a kid. It's still funny though that it is the kids. I'm going to decide that that's them. Don't talk to your leader like that, Mallowstar snarled. They jump from person to person so fast, which keeps the energy up and very exciting, but it does confuse me a lot, so apologies if I read it in the wrong tone. You're not our leader, Clover Thistle snapped. Not anymore. Ooh. Now they're not going ooh, they're going like... Oh, that's good. We're learning so many new people and okay, hang on now. Hang on. Don't read ahead. Focus here. A pale brown tom, sandy fur, circled around Mallowstar. Let's show these cats real loyalty. Rogues, attack! I'm a little confused. Sandy Fur seems like he's on Mallowstar's side and he just kind of appeared, but it sounds like Mallowstar has rogues in his back pocket. As soon as Mallowstar yowled his call, a bunch of rogues and loners burst out of the clearing, claws unsheathed. This was his plan all along. Rogues are attacking. Was this Mallowstar's plan all along? Snow Whistle barreled into a ginger tom. He gave a hiss and tried to pounce on her. But, being Snow Whistle, she easily dodged him, though she was surprised when teeth met her tail. Ouch. Out, bro. Hey, a white she-cat was nipping at her tail. That's like a Christmas thing. I don't know why. Snow Whistle whirled around and swiped her claws against the she-cat's muzzle. That's when Snow Whistle heard a shriek. That's Thistlecit. Now, just real quick, was Thistlecit one of them this whole time? I'm going back to check. Yeah, Leafkit and Wrenkit. Who is Thistlecit? Just some random kid. Who is Thistlecit? Someone, please. Snowkit, hello. That's not Snowkit. Snow Whistle ran into the nursery. Two toms and a she-cat circled around it. Thankfully, Rose Tuft and Milky Rain were guarding the nursery. Again, these are gonna be on the test. Every quick, write them down. Who are these people? Sneaking her quietest, she stalked the Tom. Even though she burst into the nursery, she's like, but now's the time to be a little bit sneaky, and no one will have any idea. They are preoccupied with Thistlecit, and I'm sure they too are trying to figure out desperately who this child is, because we have yet to meet them. But that's fine. That's just fine. Sneaking her quietest, she stalked the Tom. When the time was right, she ran and bit the rogue's hind leg. Just a little yep. It's like, wow, Yankee. Snow Whistle bit harder and harder until he gave a screech and bounded away. I've always appreciated that about warriors. There seems to be a threshold whenever there's a battle where it's like, okay, I'm fighting, I'm no longer able to fight. It's like they have a hidden hit point. Don't you find that they always just run away? They're like, I got barreled into, I got winded from a cross check to the ear, and now I can't breathe, so I best run away. Merrily, like that cartoonish slipping sound. Milky Rain was wrestling a black she-cat. That's gonna be Iggy. Iggy, you're in the clan now, except for I guess you're a bad guy. That tracks. Milky Rain was wrestling. Milky Rain was wrestling a black she-cat while Rose Tuft was practically running over a young brown Tom, but she's in a Ford 150. Oh, Milky Tuft! Not Milky Tuft, Thistletuft, who are you? Rose Tuft! I'm making him names. Please, that's just a boy. That's my son. Don't hit him with your pickup, please. I don't know, Willow, what this is in reference to, but I do love it. 911, what's your emergency? Just hold the phone up, just meow, meow, meow. All these cats fighting and somebody screaming. I don't know what they'd be screaming. Somebody grab Thistlecat! Who's Thistlecat? To help, Snow Whistle raked her claws on the she-cat's back. She yelped and was off. The brown Tom, heavily outnumbered and concussed after being hit by the back tire of a Ford, turned tail and ran. Milky Purr gave a rein. Thank you. Though Snow Whistle was relieved, she felt a surge of anger. How could Mallowstar be so cruel? Snow Whistle sniffed the air and smelled blood only. She spotted Ivy Paw clawing a big black Tom. The apprentice gave a hiss and bit hard on the rogue's tail. Then she gave a yowl of pain as the rogue held her in his jaws, biting hard. Ouch. Ow, 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 ow. Let's hope Mallowstar gets off script. And man, he's already way off script. Man's just doing his own thing. In fact, we haven't seen him in like 10 minutes. I think he might have gone off to get a coffee and he's like, I'll be right back. Oh, my spot. I'm gonna get a soft pretzel and a little treat. But before he left, all the rogues were giving him his coffee order and he like whipped out a notepad and he's like writing it down. He's like, oh my God, slow down. And he's trying to get them all ordered. He's like, okay, I'm gonna need everybody to Venmo me $5 at the end of this because I'm not willing to cover this. But he's like, but Matt, we're kind of doing this. It's kind of like when you move somewhere and you feed them pizza. It's like, yeah, we're kind of doing you a solid here. So the fact that you can't even shell out like $5 for coffee, that's a little messed up. And then they all turn on him because his greed was just unmeasurable. And then they killed him. And then the truck came back. It was the coffee delivery guy the whole time. Snow Whistle stared in horror as the tang of blood hit her nose. She raced across this clearing as silently as she could. She spotted a bare patch on the rogue's back. He has no idea I'm here. Snow Whistle lunged for the bare patch. He's very self-conscious about that too. How disrespectful. He tries to hide it. He tried to order a toupee, but it didn't get here in time. She dug her teeth into the Tom's back. He shrieked, let me go, let me go. And then the last one, let it go. And then Elsa appears and Snow Whistle in the forehead with an icicle. Ouch. Snow Whistle let him go. Elsa's like, you better. Snow Whistle let him go and watched as he ran like a frightened vole. What are you doing? Whimpered Ivy Paw. I could have killed him. The warrior code says you don't need to kill to win battles, Snow Whistle's explained. Snow Whistle has proven time and time again that she is the one fit to lead this clan. And if anything, I do believe that this was maybe a trial of sorts that the universe decided said Snow Whistle, it's time to shine. She said, say less. And that she did, shine. One of the rogues, a ginger Tom, gave a growl to Mallowstar. Rogues, he called, fall back. Everybody's like, aye, aye, Captain. And they all ran. Wait, I don't, okay, just growled. So the ginger Tom was like, grrr. And Mallowstar's, you know what? You're right. Come on, everybody. Time to go home. Oh, no. Hang on. Rewind. I've misunderstood what happened. Actually, the rogue, the ginger Tom, who we'll just call Freddy, said, it's my time to speak. And Freddy said, rogues, fall back. Mallowstar stared at Freddy. You're surrendering? Why? The ginger Tom thrust his muzzle forward. There'd be no point in dying, he hissed. The rogues followed as the Tom plunged out of the forest. Snow Whistle gave a snug, no, she didn't. Snow Whistle gave a smug smile. Even rogues have more loyalty than he does. Ooh, even in her thoughts, she's just roasting him. Snow Whistle heard a small whimper from Ivy Paw. Oh no, Daisy Paw, she moaned. No. Snow Whistle saw the apprentice curled up next to an unmoving lump of fur. Snow Whistle recognized Daisy Paw. Mistlebush pushed. First we had Snow Whistle bristled. Now we have Mistlebush pushed. I'm having a hard time with it to begin with. Mistlebush pushed through the crowd of cats. She licked the young apprentice. She quivered. She's alive? Ivy Paw mewed. What? Jemmy says insert the Reba theme. Why? How? What's the context with that? It's so funny, Jemmy, but I don't know the context, and somehow that makes it funnier. I like the idea of the Reba theme playing just at the most inopportune moments. Very sad thing that happens in the Reba theme. Oh, that's too good. Oh yeah. She's alive? Ivy Paw mewed. Barely, said Nectar Song, the medicine cat. Her blue gaze wandered to the cats, who were all huddled together. Nectar Song picked up the she-cat gently by the scruff. Daisy Paw gave a tiny whimper. The cold and medicine cat went to the medicine den, then disappeared. Mallowstar's still here. I guess that makes sense. Mallowstar was growling, his gaze lit with fury. I'm leaving. I won't lead a clan full of soft kitty pets. Sandyfur, Vixen Heart, are you coming? Oh, Mallowstar, you fool. Don't you know that loyalty and friendship and family trumps all? You are a bad, bad boy. Sandyfur nodded. I'm loyal to you, through and through. Sandyfur, I don't want to like disrespect you, and I say this in the most disrespectful way I can, but are you dumb? Vixen Heart hesitated, then shook her head. No. I'm loyal, unlike you, Mallowstar. Use up 2 of your 9 lives. Whoa, holy, this is such an intense and specific threat. Use up 2 of your 9 lives trying to survive the cold leaf bear. She's like, don't use them all because I think that is not a realistic or reasonable thing to do, but I hope you lose at least 2. Maybe 3 if you're feeling a little bit chilly. Let's be realistic about our threats, shall we? Use up 2 of your 9 lives trying to survive the cold leaf bear. Okay, Mallowstar. Goodbye, Mapleclan. He padded away with Sandyfur. We've won, cheered the cats. Snow Whistle stared at the crowd of cats, battered and wounded, yet cheering with joy. Then she froze as she heard a screech. Another rogue? Snow Whistle raced and saw Moonheart circling a limp gray body. Not Grey Howl. Remember when I said we've fallen in love with Grey Howl because he was a little bit spicy, but he had a golden heart? No, Grey Howl, no. Of anybody, why is it gotta be Grey Heart, I mean. No, it's not even heart, it's Grey Howl. Not Grey Howl. The white she-cat sided Moonheart. I'm so sorry, was all she managed to say. Grey Howl was still. There was a deep, long gash on his flank. So deep, Snow Whistle could almost see the white gleam of bone. Blood spilled on the grass. There were many seasons in him yet. I guess emphasis on were. Oh yeah, everybody rip Grey Howl. Insert sad music. Insert the Reba theme. Oh, Moonheart growled angrily. When I find Mallowstar, I'll make him wish he was never kidded. I'll claw him up until he yowled as loud. Oh, that's a little sad. I'll claw him up until he yowled as loudly as Grey Howl did. He broke off as Snow Whistle interrupted. Whatever we do, say, or fight, it will never change what happened. This battle would have still occurred. Daisy Paw would still be injured. Grey Howl will still be dead. I know you miss him, but what can Snow Whistle? Come on, dude. He died, what, 5 minutes ago? If that, he's still like on there. He's like, I'm actually still here, kind of. And she's like, no, he's dead. He's gone. He's long gone. Reba said so. I know you miss him, but what can we do? We're leaderless. Snow Whistle, man, bedside manner. Snow Whistle saw the sadness in Moonheart's eyes. He buried his nose into Grey Howl's shoulder. I think they were in love. Snow Whistle went to the nursery to check on her kits. Mama, he squeaked. Oh, Wren Kit. Oh yeah, this is the basic kit. Mama, he squeaked. What happened? The White Queen was glad her kit didn't have to witness the midst of the battle. Yeah, where were you, Wren Kit? He was trying that squirrel. He's like, this is delicious. Oh, there's all this screaming and crying and booms outside, and he's just like chowing down. He's like, delicious. Nothing you need to worry about, she purred, licking him fondly. Snow Whistle saw Quail Feather and bounded off to him. She gasped as she saw the blood dripping from a scratch in his shoulder. It's nothing, Quail Feather said stiffly. He went to the fresh kill pile and picked a scrawny squirrel. Share? He asked. Wren Kit comes flying, just dive bombs the squirrel. He's now super into squirrel. That's his favorite thing now. With a purr, Snow Whistle bit into the squirrel. She's like, Wren Kit's he's on to something. This is delicious. And then there's a hard cut to a commercial for squirrel kibble. This whole thing has been a product placement. What we didn't know is there was subliminal advertisement this whole time for squirrel. It's all coming together. And then they'll put only Mallow Star lovers would not eat squirrel kibble. And then Ren Kit in the back with a big cheesy grin and a thumbs up. Brought to you by squirrel. Though it was small and stiff, a flavorless squirrel tasted like a succulent... A flavorless squirrel tasted like a succulent mouse in her mouth. That's Kate. Yeah, she had zero comment on that. You know, Quail Feather said after he had swallowed his share, I can't believe Mallowstar led an attack because of your opinion. Snow Whistle thought back to what had started the battle in the first place. She recalled her quarrel with the former leader, her intention to leave, and then Sandy's first sign for the rogues to attack. Snow Whistle shook her thoughts away as Vixenheart approached them. I wanted to say I'm sorry, Vixenheart sighed. I shouldn't have helped Mallowstar. Snow Whistle? Yeah, no, you dummy. No, you shouldn't have. Snow Whistle snapped back. Vixenheart hung her head. It was all an honest mistake, really. Snow Whistle just stared at her. She can't be leader. She betrayed Mapleclan and all the cats in it. Quillfeather surprised her, but she didn't go with Mallowstar unlike Sandyfur. Snow Whistle countered, but she was part of the group that planned the rogue attack and injured Daisy Paw and just listing off her sins. Right, she did this, this, and this, and never paid her taxes, so we should probably just, you know, exile her into the shadow world. No, we've come to the end. I'm upset. Quailfeather shrugged sadly and started giving himself a wash. Whatever happens, I cannot let Vixenheart be leader. The end. I'm in shock, awe, and dismay. How can we leave it there? How? So what's gonna be our ending? I feel like maybe Ren Kit somehow becomes leader and everybody's just fine with it. Yeah, Mapleclan story. Honest to God, I give it like a 10.5 out of 10. 0.5 for making me have a little giggle. That's very good. Moonray, you actual goat. That was so good. I need more. I need no, what's more than need? I need more as though I need air in my lungs. Okay, everybody quick. Without looking, can anybody list all the people who are in the patrol? Because I sure can. Mallowstar is my biggest op. Honest to God, it's on site with Mallowstar. It's Timu Tiger Star. That's so true. That is so true.